What inspired you to become an entrepreneur and what sort of led you down this path?
यार everyone asked me this but मेरी ऑप्शन ही नहीं थी so like मूवी के पास एवरी डे दे लाइक बॉस कभी जॉब नहीं करनी है आप कर लो 1-2 साल कर लो एक्सपीरियंस के लिए बट खुद की कंपनी चलानी है I'm like fifth gen entrepreneur at this point.
Whoa.
So yeah, it wasn't an option.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Hi, today we're meeting Dimna. Let me introduce you to her. She's a 19-year-old entrepreneur from Goa. She co-founded Project Clay, which is a mentorship platform that connects students with university mentors by using an elder sibling approach. And her journey began at 15, which we're going to talk about now. What inspired you to become an entrepreneur and what sort of led you down this path?
यार everyone asked me this but मेरी ऑप्शन ही नहीं थी so like मूवी के पास एवरी डे दे लाइक बॉस कभी जॉब नहीं करनी है आप कर लो 1-2 साल कर लो एक्सपीरियंस के लिए बट खुद की कंपनी चलानी है I'm like fifth gen entrepreneur at this point.
Whoa.
So yeah, it wasn't an option.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you started with a bakery
Yeah.
with your brother. Talk
Yeah.
a little bit about that.
So yeah, COVID था and my brother has been baking since he was 8 years old. Right, and I thought, how can I exploit this to make money? so yeah, I told him, yeah, let's start. In a day, I came up with the name. It was called Lost in Taste. We made some graphics. Yeah, and we put it out on Instagram. And more Abba friends started ordering. So those were our first few orders, and we kept posting, and it eventually grew. We made like 10 lakhs, and that was pretty good for us at that point. Then we both went to boarding school, and that business shut down. But I think that taught us कि यार शुरू तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, बेच तो सकते हैं.
So what other entrepreneurial lessons did you learn from your first venture?
Mainly just that it's very much possible at a young age, right? Like I think a lot of teachers and friends were like, यार अभी you कर रहे हो, अभी पढ़ लो पहले, chill कर लो. But I think that more than lessons, it gave me the entrepreneurship ka keeda, right? And after that, I've just been building. Right, I've built so many startups at this point, and I realized that I love the startup world. I've done so many internships as well. Just figured that corporate is not for me, right? Education is maybe not for me, but I want to build full time.
Okay. And what are some challenges you faced at that time and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, none. I feel like, again, I get this question a lot. Yeah, what are the biggest challenge you face and how do you overcome it? I think as student entrepreneurs, we are so privileged, right? घर है, खाना है, घर नहीं है तो मतलब पीजी है, जो भी है, college fees is being paid, right? You don't have a family to support. So, and then I came to Bangalore and I saw all these entrepreneurs that, I know someone that he does a job for 3 months, saves up money, builds for 3 months. Then when the money runs out, he goes back, does a job, right? We do not have to do that, right? I know founders that have taken loans, founders that have put up their house, that they have to sell their house. So in just relatively, I feel like I've had no difficulties. Obviously, age is a bit of a thing in India, but yeah, relatively none.
But what would your advice be to someone whose parents want them to pursue the traditional education path and they're not as open and comfortable with things like this? So what would you suggest to them?
Yeah, why do parents say that, right? Because they want good for you, right? So if उनको क्या लगता है यार आप कॉलेज कर लो, जॉब 20-30 लाख की पकड़ लो, right? If as an entrepreneur, as a student entrepreneur, you're already making 1 CR a year, right? You're making more than your parents. Why will they say no? Why will they say, beta, finish college and take a 20 lakh ka job, right? So I think my parents did not know I was building this till I came on Shark Tank, right? Yeah. So till one day I told them, look, this is what I'm doing, and they were like, oh, you're serious about this? I was like, yes, boss, and Shark Tank also sees potential, right? So when all these kids say, यार parents नहीं मानेंगे, तो ठीक है, like आप हफ्ते का 2-3 घंटे दे दो, 4 घंटे दे दो, keep your studies up. It's not all in or nothing, right? Even if you're putting in 1 hour a week, 2 hours a week, that's more than most other people are doing, right? And you will make an impact across a year. That's 300 hours on your project, right? So my advice is always, yeah, build it up, go to them with evidence, right? अगर आप ऐसे ही बोलते हो यार मुझे startup करना है, obviously they'll say no, man. It's so dicey.
I think that's critical, like proving it to them that you have the competence and also the patience and perseverance to do something like this.
Absolutely.
So talk about Project Clay. What was the idea behind it? When did you start it?
So I was 15, I think, and there were no summer programs that we really liked. So me and my co-founder at that time, Aishik, We thought, let's make our own summer program. We emailed like 1,000 college students. 10 must have said yes, that's all we needed. And we started. So there was no like startup banenge. It was more कि यार problem है, solve करते मजा आएगा, सीख भी लेंगे. And then for 2-3 years we ran it, we made no revenue. Then we realized, chalo, theek hai, like then we went actually talked to the clients, saw what they wanted, and we saw this gap in college counseling. So we started solving for that. First we started with one-on-one mentorship, right? We thought we found PMF there, we had not, right? Again, we talked to clients again. They were like, yeah, why don't you handle the whole journey? So then we started handling the whole journey. Eventually became like a college counseling firm, but a very comprehensive college counseling firm. Because with other firms, they'll like send you outside. Yeah, you'll pay them 5 lakhs first, then they'll send you outside for a research paper, send you outside for like an internship. You have to pay another $3,000-4,000. With us, you get like everything in one package.
Acha. And then how did you end up reaching Shark Tank?
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I've been applying for Shark Tank for the past 3 years.
Acha.
So every time जो भी होता था, I'd apply, right? मस्ती में, bro. Like I remember when I was applying for Shark Tank, my parents were like, बेटा आप कर लो, but हो गया तो college का क्या होगा? Like आप जाओगे तो नहीं ना? I was like, यार होगा ही नहीं, आप लोग पागल हो गया. फिर हो गया. I think it was just the story. So the senior producer had also seen my reels.
Acha.
So he know ठीक है ये बोल तो लेगी ठीक से. So there were a lot of things that went right. I believe. But yeah.
And how was your experience on Shark Tank?
Incredible, obviously. But I think they show you a very small part of it. Like we don't want to cry by the end. We were like,
Acha.
I'm sorry, I ever thought I could run a business. Right. But we were very decent. We were doing 1 lakh a month at that point, and so we were almost pre-revenue. So obviously they had a lot of issues with our business model, as they should, right? So but yeah, I don't remember most of it. It was so like it felt like a dream, honestly.
Yeah. And you're doing so much, exploring so many new avenues.
Yeah.
So you must be working long hours. How do you prioritize your mental health and how do you avoid burnout as like a serial entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Till a month back, I would say I do not. But for the last month, I've been pretty burnt out. Yeah, and I think now I'm doing slightly better and exploring a bunch of things. But I think I have not learned that yet. I do not know how to balance. I do things in extreme, which is not good. So I don't think I'm the best person for advice of this.
So you're a very extreme person.
Yes.
So how do you manage to stay productive? Like what are your habits and routines that help you stay productive?
Bro, ये मुझे समझ ही नहीं आता. Like I think most
सारा concept ही क्या
yeah, like 8 बजे बैठो 12 बजे तक काम करो रात के. That's the routine. I've started going to the gym now. I feel like that is good. It's like it helps with the productivity and hours
And mental health.
Yeah. And I got like a lot of. I think it was just like I was just forced to, honestly, like because now I have thyroid and I have PCOD. So I was like, everyone was like, boss, please. So I've fitted that in. And another thing I'm doing is also I realized that I really like filmmaking as well. So I do that on the weekends now. I try to learn something new to keep my mind a little bit fresh, because I think what happens, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs can agree, it's like once you get to a point in your startup, right? Like now we're at 1 CR ARR, right? I think once you get to that point, you stop learning. You do a lot of the same things, but you have to keep the startup at that point, right? So all I was doing was marketing and sales. So I entirely stopped learning. So that is also one thing I'm doing to keep my mind sort of awake, trying to learn new things.
Okay. And you're learning filmmaking right now.
Yeah.
So I think since you're this person who loves entrepreneurship, who loves solving problems.
Yeah.
So in any situation like this, how do you distinguish between this is my hobby and this is actually a product I can make out of it? Like,
So,
how, do you,
very good
do you have to
question.
stop yourself?
Very good question. Bro, all my life, anything I've done that I've been good at, I'm like, chalo betting it. Everything. From like playing the guitar to playing football, I was like, bro, coach banenge, teacher ban jayenge, to anytime I was good at anything. Yeah. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs can relate. But I think making videos is the one time where I'm just genuinely like happy. Like I got paid 4,000 rupees to make a video once. Yeah. And I hated it. Right? Otherwise, I love money. Absolutely adore it. But when it comes to filmmaking and just like videos, I think that is one thing I reserve for sort of just my happiness, right? Because I make videos and I look and I'm like, shit, maine banaya ye, and I get generally happy. So that I have never monetized. Now I've tried, but I just could not. Everything else in my life is monetized.
Okay. And since we're talking about monetization,
Yeah.
so kids who start making money and who are doing different things, what would be your advice to them when it comes to like not only financial management but also like the thought process towards making money and monetizing things?
It's a very good question. So I think if I had to give advice on investing, right, I have a few lakhs in like just mutual funds and stocks and all that. But one of the biggest pieces of advice I got was that ये क्या ही बन जाएगा? Like अभी 5 लाख है म्यूचुअल फंड्स में, क्या ही बन जाएगा 5 लाख? 10 लाख बन जाएगा, right? 7 साल में. But you're able to invest in a new startup. There's the potential it becomes 50 lakhs, right?
Yeah.
It becomes a crore, right? Asymmetric returns. You put in this much, you don't know. You might lose that, but you might also, 10x that, 100x that. So I think in terms of that, I would say that this is maybe not the age to be like saving, right? I think you can do that later on. And in terms of the other aspect, I think one thing about making money is I've seen quite a few young founders that are very, very arrogant and they stop learning.
Right.
So what I do is, like right now I'm in a house called Localhost. It's a hacker house. I'm with 10 other founders and they're all way smarter than me, right? So what I do is, and this will be my advice to all young entrepreneurs, surround yourself with people 10x smarter than you, right? I say this quite a lot, sabka baap hota hai. I truly believe that. Like I know people that are 3-4 years younger than me that have that have 100x my net worth, right? So I think keeping yourself humble is very important as a young entrepreneur because otherwise you'll stop your own learning and you stop your own progress.
Right.
So look at it like that.
And you talked about being around people who are so much smarter than you.
Yeah.
So sometimes that might also become imposter syndrome, right?
Correct.
So have you ever faced it and how do you deal with it?
So, I was very interesting. I was talking to someone about this just yesterday, where she was talking about how she's working with someone for like this hackathon, and they're very smart. I was like, yeah, this is great. Like it'll push you, and they told me how that's fair, but maybe not when you don't have such a strong sense of self, right? So I haven't thought about it like that. Like I personally don't get a lot of imposter syndrome because I just look at it as motivation. Ki yaar, for me, it's always been ye kar sakta hai, so I can also do it, which is what Project Clay was founded upon, right? All of our mentors are under 25. Now that's very, very intentional because a kid should be able to look at someone and say, yaar, ye 22 saal ka hai. If he can raise 30 crores, if they can get on Forbes 30, they can build India's biggest podcast. Why can I not? They're just 3 years under to me, right? So that has been my mindset. So I do not know how to answer your question.
Okay, so you talked about sense of self.
Yeah.
So how would you define yourself? Like as an entrepreneur first, what is your sense of self? I mean, it's like a deeper psychological question.
Very deep question. Yeah, I think I love people and I love telling stories. And I've realized that I am not very creative. So I need to experience something to tell stories. So if you had to define me, I would say I'm always seeking out experiences, right? Like my life has been pretty like, I've done a lot, right? Yeah, I've been a national athlete for 3 sports. I've gone to boarding school. I've taken a gap year. I've done internships that 25-year-olds should be doing. I've dropped out of college. I'm now living with 10 strangers. So anything weird that I can do, I will, right? So that is how I would describe myself, just chasing experiences and stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would be the advice you give to someone your age or maybe younger who feels a lack of resources and also maybe a lack of support to do something?
I think that's excuses and that's bullshit. It's actually bullshit. It's like something we tell ourselves. I also told myself, right? Like in the duration of my company, till we reached Shark Tank, I invested a total of 3,000 rupees, right? Maybe less than 5,000 rupees, right? And that was all in like domain and stuff, and everything that I earned also through doing internships, right? So in this world where you can easily start a services business, yeah, पहला अगर product deep tech नहीं है तो ठीक है, services का कर लो, right? वो 10, 15, 20 लाख कमा लो. It's not tough in this day and age, right? So I would say start small. Start something that has a low investment, which a lot of businesses do. As long as you have a laptop, you can make it. If you don't have a laptop, yes, I don't think those type of people will be watching this video as well. I think that their maybe education is the biggest sort of mobility for them, right? But yeah, if you have a laptop, you're seeing this on a phone, you have no excuses. I think resources are there, and cold emails are so important, right? I think I got so many paid internships just by cold emailing and telling the founder, look, I made my own videos and I told them, look, this is what I do. I think this is how I can improve your social media. And they were like, fuck yes, bro, come, like solve. And I must have made 2-3 lakhs interning, 2-3 lakhs from grants, right? So resources exist. It's just a self-limiting thing.
Okay. And then what are the top skills you think that have helped you and helped you set yourself apart from other people?
Yeah.
And what is like critical and essential to doing something like what you do?
Yeah, I think two things. One is the muscle to get rejected, right? Like in my lifetime, I have done 5,000 sales calls, and 4,800 of them have rejected me and cursed at me and slammed the phone in my face. And now, because I'm not scared of getting rejected, I'll just try for so many more opportunities, right? If you never try, you're never going to get anything. So let's say someone tried for just 2 opportunities, gave up. I tried for 100, I get 10, right? So my surface area of luck is just so much bigger.
That's great.
And second is, I think the most important skill for me has been sales. And I think that comes from rejection only. Like being able to speak, again, having spoken to so many people, I think that is very key. I think people are at the center of everything you're ever going to do. And I truly believe everything is sales, right? Like from getting a job to getting a date to your first employee to your first investor to making friends, anything is sales, right?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Let's do some rapid fire questions now.
Sure.
So, what's one book, podcast, or any piece of content that is something you would recommend everybody to watch?
Just in terms of favorite movies, I think I really like Whiplash and Dead Poets Society. And then in terms of books, I really, really like Shoe Dog. I think that because man, every chapter he was like getting rejected, company was about to shut down, and yet Nike still became what it did. So I would recommend Shoe Dog for sure.
Okay. So, if you could give your 15-year-old self one piece of advice in one line, what would it be?
See, none, honestly, for me personally, because I was talking to someone, they were like, yeah, would Yumna 4 years back be proud? And I think she would be incredibly proud. But if I had to talk to other 15-year-olds today, it would be here. I would tell them about the spotlight effect, where everyone thinks people are judging them, but no one cares, right? Like everyone is thinking more about themselves and how the fact that their shoelace was open rather than the fact that you just put out a reel. And even if they do, they'll forget about it, right? So I was not very liked in school, right? But as soon as Shark Tank happened, guess what? Right? So
Most popular person.
yeah. So keep doing what you're doing, and people will forget. If you're successful, they will not forget. Right? Like so there is no downside to doing what you love, except and none of it matters. No one cares. Just do your thing, right?
Okay, so this is a little bit of a harder question.
Yeah.
What is one thing about yourself that you feel like you should change?
It's a good question. I'm very impulsive, right? Like all my decisions are made on the fly, right? Like everything I've ever done in my life has been made in a 1 minute time span. So I think I need to think out my decisions a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this has been really insightful.
Thank
you
you.
so much for talking to
Thank
me.
you. Of
And I
course.
really hope this helps a kid out there who wants to start something with it.
I really hope so too. Thank you so much for having me. You're a great conversationalist.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
It's Find Dimna
On I'm Dimna Madan, Instagram, LinkedIn. Yeah. Sick. Okay. Bye-bye.